Right, so with iFlightPlanner.com, what we did is broke it down into what we call our flight wizard, and that walks pilots through the core flight planning steps of a routing, a certified weather brief, a weight and balance, and then filing the FAA flight plan. So what we can do here is select any one of our aircraft profiles that we have entered in. Say we're going to fly from Ann Arbor up to our event here in Oshkosh this week. We can help you find an alternate airport based on your minimum runway length and distance from your destination. And we have a number of different auto routing methods. This is one of the features that we have that allows pilots to really have iFlight Planner plan the route for them rather than having to input all of the different waypoints. We also have an option here that we can search recent ATC routes. So any routes that have been cleared from Ann Arbor up to Oshkosh are going to be displayed here. We can see the routing method, the number of times it was issued when it was last issued. So especially for pilots flying IFR and want to really just plan for a route that they're probably going to get, we're able to do that for you. You drop in your departure time and any altitude, and we can compare that altitude against the current and forecasted conditions along with your aircraft profile and let you know which is going to be the quickest and which is going to be the most fuel efficient route. So planning the route is really that easy. We color code all the weather. Obviously you can see the animated radar there over southeast Michigan. It allows you to really make a quick decision on what's going to be happening in your flight. We do have full route rubber banding capabilities, so we can modify this route to our heart's content. And anytime we make any changes, we're just presented with this orange bar that says we've made a change to our route, because we calculate a detailed navigation log with all your winds, temps, headings, fuel time, and distance en route. And that's all part of the free subscription as well. Whether you're free or premium plus, you have access to all the sectionals and IFR charts every cycle.
Can you drop a waypoint in and rubber band with it?
Absolutely. Click there, grab that waypoint there, and from there I can add a segment. And if I wanted to drop it on that airport, I can do it right there as well. So grab West Bend, update it, and we'll pull a full detailed navigation log, and you'll notice another segment popped in there. Very comprehensive map overlays menu from AirMets, SigMets, Class Airspace. So if I were to turn on, say, the special use airspace, you'll notice the restricted area and the MOA right over at Lake Michigan there was depicted. The next step in the process, assuming we've got all the flight planning complete there, we just click next step and we're going to be able to retrieve a certified weather brief. We currently use CSC do-outs on our back end, so everything's certified in that sense. So just like calling flight service, that's transaction number and your end number is going to be on record, so you can be sure that you're starting to cross your T's and dot your I's in that respect. Pulling the certified weather brief is just as quick as clicking the Get Certified Weather Brief button, because the route of flight and the time en route based on the navigation log that we just produced is already pre-filled. So we just have to say, get the certified weather brief there. And we all know how crazy the weather briefs can get, so we break it down into the different segments of the weather brief. The third step in one of our premium features is the weight and balance calculator. So we can enter in our weight. Say we've got 50 pounds of bags in the back. You'll notice here that the fuel burn for our flight is already pre-filled based on that navigation log. And we try to do that as much as we can so there's not a lot of duplicate data entry, and we can really work you through that pre-flight planning process just as quick and efficient as we can. So once you've got the details of that in there, you just calculate the weight and balance, and there's that, both graphically and color-coded. And say, for example, we were to make a mistake or we were to be out of the CG envelope and calculate, you're going to get a really solid notification that something needs to be adjusted. And the last step of the Flight Wizard is filing the flight plan. We give you the option to file or not, so you can work through this entire flight planning process. And say you were doing your flight planning the night before, and you synced it to the iPad the next morning or when you finished your flight, and you wanted to file in the morning after, say, perhaps you pulled an updated weather brief or whatnot. We give you the option to file right here. So I just click, yes, I want to file, and the entire flight plan form is pre-filled for you. The only information we need for you is the number of souls on board. All your detailed information, your personal information is there, and you can have a text message or an email sent to you with an acknowledgement of the flight plan, so you know which ATC tower or flight service station is going to have that flight plan for you. Obviously, we're doing a demo here, so I'm not going to file the flight plan and just confirm that everything is good to go, and I'm going to say Finish Flight Entry. So that's the Flight Wizard on iFlightPlanner.com, and that's available to anyone. All the free members have available to that Flight Wizard, minus the weight and balance calculator, obviously. But even if you're not flying with the iPad, we give the ability to print a cockpit document and take that with you. So it has all your departure frequencies, arrival frequencies, your weight and balance information, your detailed navigation log. All of those pieces can be brought with you if you happen to not be flying with the iPad.
Aero-TV is brought to you by
Trig Avionics, presenting the world's smallest certified Mode S transponder with matching VHF comm radios that'll easily fit in the tightest panel space. Contact your approved Trig dealer now. Trig, smart, affordable, and future-proof.
The IMC Club is a nonprofit organization with chapters all over the U.S., where instrument-rated pilots can meet to sharpen their skills and share their stories. Not the kind of stories told in casual conversation, but the ones you can only share with other pilots. Topics range from emergency scenarios to equipment and flight planning to FAA policies and much more. If it's important to becoming a better pilot, we've got it covered. Visit imcclubs.org and find out how to get involved today.
Concord Platinum Series batteries are available for all aircraft and offer extra cranking power, resulting in less draw on the battery per cycle for longer life. Visit booth 2053 in Oshkosh. Concord, for the heart of your aircraft.